would be a while. That was a decade ago. And today, my son Jeremy was the catalyst because unfortunately he passed away September 15th of 2024. And that's how Jeremy's Unity Flight was created. So even though I was in spreadsheets, nowadays I'm walking a different path. So again, like I said, I do have a guest on here that's incredible. She's going to tell you about being vegan and how her changing the way she ate has contributed to her health nowadays and how well she's functioning. Let me bring her on stage. Hey, Tenille, how are you doing, my love?
Hi, I'm amazing. How are you?
Blessed and favored. Doing better now that I got you here, sweetheart. God bless you.
God bless you.
Tenille,
Thanks for having me.
I said a little bit about you, but I don't want to steal your thunder. So go ahead and tell the audience your story.
Okay. Hello. My name is Tenille Stewart. I help women diagnosed with lupus go from confused and discouraged to healed, hopeful, and in control of the medical narrative. I am a 20-year lupus warrior, thriver, and not only survivor. And now I help people to do the same.
Okay, awesome. So let me ask you, baby. I know that you told me this journey started with you when you were what, 19?
Yeah, I was 19 years old.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so I was 19 years old and I had never even heard of lupus. I just thought, oh, that's an interesting name of a disease, I guess. I had a fever of 104 and I had a full body rash, and they did not know what to do with me. They were like, oh, something's wrong with her. I just did blood tests and all kinds of laying in bed. I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink. I was surviving off of Pedialyte popsicles at this point. So it was 8 months to diagnose me. And that's not even a long time. There's a lot of people who took a long time, like longer, years. But because of the severity of my symptoms at that time, like I could not eat. They told me they're going to have to tube feed me if I wasn't able to keep anything down. And eventually, thank God, they came out with the diagnosis of lupus, which was a relief. But also I was confused because I had never heard of it before. And my doctor at 19 years old, my rheumatologist, looked me dead in the face and said, well, with the severity of your symptoms, we don't see you surviving to or past 30. And me and my mom just looked at each other like, oh, is that okay? Well, that's not great. Like, I was waiting for someone to jump out and be like, just kidding, you're being punked, something. I didn't believe it. I was like, what? And he just said very, very like solemnly, like he knew for a fact, like there's no way that you're gonna live past 30. So you should definitely like arrange your whatever you got going on in your life to stop there. So that was my introduction. This is lupus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, my love, that had to have been a crazy experience. So, Tenille, let me ask you, where was your turning point with your disease? What made the shift or the change in your life?
So, I kind of realized that doctors are just telling you what they learned out of books, right? And I am a human being who is not a book, who does not have a predictable body. Almost everything that they've told me, like, oh, that's impossible, or your body can't do that, or whatever, I've proven wrong for good or for bad. Like, they were like, oh, you can't get shingles more than 2 times. I've had it 3 times. Like fevers, they said I would have brain damage after, all kinds of things that I realized after repetitively beating odds, breaking like what they thought was possible down, that it's not all up to the doctor. It's God, and we do have free will to do things. Like, just because the doctor says it, it's not law. And when I went vegan, I saw a whole different side of health that I didn't know was there. Like, after my first flare up, I realized you never know how bad you're feeling until you feel really good for the first time. And I'm so grateful that I found that like capability of feeling good for the first time.
Wow, that's amazing. That's Tenille, I see you always going, always doing, and you're an inspiration, my love. You're resilient. You just keep going. Okay, so God bless you for that. And I know, the fact you've gone vegan, that reduced the inflammation. Am I
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
So
It's crazy. Like if you have just been eating a certain way your whole life and you don't know that this isn't feeling good because you're used to how it feels, right? Like I never really had a problem per se with dairy, right? But dairy is mucus producing. Dairy is causes inflammation because we're not baby cows. So the human body, specifically like Asians and black people, like there are specific people who have reactions to milk, but they never notice it because they've been drinking it their whole lives. When actually humans, after you get off of your mother's breast, you're supposed to be done with milk. That's just kind of not what we need in our lives. So I just didn't realize it. It didn't occur to me. Like I watched a bunch of documentaries that explained, and then when I finally made the shift, I was like, oh, I feel lighter. I feel different. I like this is very different than how I was feeling. And it's all the inflammation and the mucus and you know, all of the I feel like karma that comes with it to me. Like I don't steal other people's men because I don't want bad karma. I'm not eating people's babies because I don't want bad karma. You know what I mean?
that's why. But yeah, it's I have found that when Western medicine's got its pros and cons, but when you go ahead and you eat right and you do things that are healthier for you, it changes the way, they think that you're going to go one route, but if you eat right and you do right, it changes everything. So it gives you inspiration. It allows you for recovery and everything. So, what other things do you do besides the nutrition, Tenille?
So to me, I am very preventative, and I realized that there's a lot of minerals that we don't get in our everyday life because people aren't thinking about it. So the body does not really get sick unless it is missing something. Something is missing. There's two things. So the human body, or like any mammal body, is all day long producing bad cells, producing cancers, producing bad cells. And if you have the nutrients in your body in store, that it can knock out those bad cells. It's regular, cell turnover, okay? And if you have the nutrients that's there to protect yourself and knock out those bad cells, bow, bow, bow. It's all day long. It's a thing that just naturally happens. But when you're little, you're born, hopefully, if you like were, well nutritioned and all that, you have all those things in store. But as you get older, you don't have those anymore. So I realized we're just putting it back into the body. Like the nutrients we're missing, the water, the hydration. Like people walk around chronically dehydrated and chronically like obese, yet without any nutrition in their body because they're just eating random nothingness. Like I knew meat was not something that I needed because that has to sit and rot in your body for it to be digested. That doesn't feel good. Like that, you feel heavier, you feel more sluggish, you're more tired because your body's fighting so hard to digest that. So it's hydration, nutrition. I'm doing my best with sleep. I've never been great with sleep, and lupus comes with a lot of insomnia and things like that. So I'm working on the sleep part, but nutrition, hydration, positive mental outlook, honest, like self-talk that's nice to myself, do my best to be around situations, people, places, and things that are going to be kind to me, make me look at situations in the best light, talking to God. These are all things that are like very important in my like daily habits. Eat well, drink well, sleep as good as I can. Stay positive. Genuinely, people don't think it matters. It is so important. You got to stay around rock stars like Rosie, and you will keep up this positive mindset. Like if you, motion creates emotion, right? So if you're walking around head down, like slumped over, like oh, I'm here again, like I gotta go to work, I gotta do things. Your body is taking all those cues. It doesn't want to stand upright. It doesn't want to be healthy and flourish and do the healthy things that you should do for your, for your body to continue to want to do those things. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that includes a positive attitude, a mental clarity, like, and even if you're on lots of medication, I found this out too, because when I was at my worst, I was on 18 medications, giving myself blood thinner shots every day. When you are on medication, the better you eat, the better those medications work. So if you have the hydration that it needs to metabolize the medication to go through your body like it should, if you have the proper amount of fats, because there's fat soluble vitamins, there's fat soluble medications, like there are things that you need to help the medications to work. So even if you're taking regular medication, and I'm not saying don't take any medication, but if you need medication, the healthier and better that you eat, the better you hydrate, the better you sleep, the better those medications are going to work.
Tenille, they did a study years ago of 100 miracles, known miracles. And they asked them several questions, and they put all the information in a database. And they were looking to find out what these 100 people had in common for the miracles. And it was wild because they found out they came up with 10 commonalities. And out of the 10, 4 of them were nutrition, and the rest of them were mindset.
Yes.
So, girl, you did. So you're dead on. So yes, I mean, it's mind blowing when you look at those things, So that's pretty awesome. So, Tenille, what can you tell listeners today? A little nugget that they can listen to about managing terminal illness and being able to be able to rise above it like you have, because you have in a massive way, girl. So give them an advice.
I think the first step is to truly believe that you're going to get through this. Like, it can cross your mind, like, oh, maybe I'm not going to, or like prepare. Like my parents wrote me a will when I was a kid. I was a teenager. They wrote me a will. However, the thought was, I'm staying here. I have things to do. I have places to go. Like, keep that in mind at all times. Like, have a why, have a reason that you're going to survive and thrive. Have a reason. So write it out, write down, like, these are all the reasons I'm staying here, and this is why I'm gonna be okay. Like, before I ever had that for myself, I had my family praying for me. They had my worst flare up ever. My great grandmother in Jamaica had a mass. My mother had people here praying. There was full Catholic masses. My grandmother worked at a church, a nunnery. What's it called? A convent. And they had masses for me, like full church services to pray for me. So before I ever could see my path, that path was being set by other people. So have that mindset, like, I'm staying here, and this is why. I'm here for a reason. This is why. That the first step is to really, really decide you're going to stay here. Because I told the story last time, I feel like I was on the show, because I've been here before. But when I was in the hospital, it's in the medical journals, this flare up. I was in the ICU, and they said I was not going to make it. And my mother and a family friend from Jamaica, rest her soul, she's amazing. Definitely were praying down the house. They were just pacing the floor, praying, and I could hear them. I couldn't talk. I couldn't lift my own head. I was, attached to all these machines. But I was laying in that bed before I realized what was going on, and I was thinking, this sucks. This is hard. I want the pain to stop. Not necessarily I was praying to die, but maybe that's what it could have been translated to, because I didn't say what I wanted. I just said, I'd make this pain stop. And I heard them praying. I heard them being angry at God, screaming. And all I wanted to do was reach out and hug my mom and reach out and hug our family friend. And I couldn't do it. So the prayer changed immediately. I said, God, keep me here. Like I want to comfort them. I want to hug them. I want them to know I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. Like whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stay here for my family. So that was my why. That was I knew right then, like, I'm going to fight, whatever it is, fight to stay here. Now find you a reason to fight to stay here, because the next day, all of my blood results changed. The next day, nobody thought it was the end for me anymore. So if you find a why that is really deep in your heart, and you know that this is why you're going to stay here, that's why you're going to stay here.
Awesome, sweetheart. Yeah, thank you, Tenille. So let's go through a quick round, and then, well, first of all, why don't you tell our listeners where they could find you, so they could reach out to you?
So I am on Facebook, Tenille Stewart. I'm on YouTube, Tenille Stewart. I'm on Instagram, Tenille_the Captain. I'm in the Chronically Planned Collective, Tenille Stewart. Yeah, you can find me everywhere. I'm on the internet. I'm on TikTok, Tenille So Silly, and I do affirmations every single night. I'm on. Last night was 1,010 nights of affirmations.
You go, girl. Awesome. So, okay, let's do this fast round. Also, listeners are saying God makes the final decision. We got people from Strong Island. We've got no bedside manners. I experienced that with my dad. So interesting. So we got some listeners tuning in, my girl love. Okay, so let's go through the rapid fire. What's one habit that changed your life?
One habit that changed my life.
What's one habit that changed?
Yeah, being mindful, just like listening to my body and realizing, what it wants, what it needs, not just rushing around, just like being still and listening. My body needs this, not being scared of it.
Awesome. So what favorite song lifts you up?
Ooh, okay. I have a lot. I'm a musician. I went to school for classical voice. So I will always, I have a bunch of like affirmation songs right now on a playlist, but the song that always comes to my head, like when I'm like grumpy, Forrest, what's his name? Oh my gosh, what's his name? Forrest something. Good day. I'm gonna have a good day. No matter what yeah.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
What his name is, Forrest something. Yeah.
I'm with you. So if you could describe healing in one sentence, what would it be?
Healing in one sentence. Ooh, this is a great question. Healing. Giving the body all that it needs to put itself back together, to regenerate the things that it loses every day. Healing.
Awesome. What would you tell the younger version of yourself? That's a good one, by the way. What would you tell the younger version of yourself?
Younger version of myself. Baby Tenille, you are going to do some incredible things. Like, they're not the things you're thinking you're going to do, but they're going to be incredible. Just wait for it. Let it happen. Let those people go. Let those things go. They're not good for you. And be ready for the new amazing people and things that are going to come to you.
Nice. Well, thank you, my love, for your wisdom. Thank you for your charm and your heart. You know I love you. Okay.
Thank you so
And
much, Rosie. This is so fun. I love this.
I love hearing your story. I mean, it's just incredible. And you just, like I said, you're resilient as heck. You're an inspiration for many. Okay. So God bless you for all of that. And to my son, blazers and heroes, here's my biggest takeaway. Like Tenille says, uh, be mindful. Be positive. Make sure you eat right because that is like important. Our bodies are made to rejuvenate, and if we don't feed it the right nutrition, it won't work like it should. So no matter what, you need to make sure you eat right, rest right, and do right, and mentally be right. So God bless all of you all, and have a great evening. By the way, tonight at 8:30 I am hosting my master class. I hope to see you all there. I will be sharing. You can go ahead and register at Jeremy's Unity Flight/master class, and I hope to see you all there tonight. Y'all have a great night. Bye bye.